Well, NXT Takeover Rival is in the books, and I'm going to pretty much review it. And before I get started, my last review was NXT Takeover Revolution, or R-Evolution. This is not a video or highlights. This is simply the results and simply a review for those of you that are simply confused or just can't read. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started. Comment your thoughts down below on TakeOver, Rival, and give me your thoughts on the outcomes of the matches and booking heading forward in NXT and stuff like that. So just let me know in the comment section below. We opened up the night with Hideo Itami versus Tyler Breeze. Solid opener, did what it needed to do, and that was get the fans involved and stuff like that. Tyler Breeze, this started because Tyler Breeze assaulted Hideo in the back, and then it kind of went from there. Tyler Breeze debuted a selfie stick, which is basically where you have your phone on like pretty much a stick, and you just kind of carry it around, and then if you press a button at the end of the stick, it would then, you get the point, it would take a selfie for you without, having to hold the phone in your hand, basically. Anyway, Tyler Breeze and Hideo Itami, they teased the GTS again of Hideo Itami's move that he actually created when he was Kenta in Japan. Then you had a lot of good kicks and going back and forth or whatever. Tyler Breeze definitely used psychology and went after the leg repeatedly on Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami won the match, 1, 2, 3, and there you have it. I thought it was a solid opener. Nothing great, nothing spectacular, but I thought it was a good opener to start off NXT TakeOver Rival. Then we have, by far, the worst match of the night, a no disqualification match. Bull Dempsey versus Baron Corbin. Now, I'm a big fan of Baron Corbin. I even like Bull Dempsey. But their match was just bad. I mean, bad. It wasn't really a no disqualification match per se. They used the chair maybe once. Bull Dempsey looked like he was going to get a table, but then he stopped, getting a heel reaction from the NXT crowd at Full Sail University. But yeah, there was a couple of botches. I mean, Baron Corbin did the cactus clothesline, but he went over first, and then Baron Corbin just kind of flopped on over, so that was one botch. They botched the finish really well, so I can't wait till Matthew and makes Botchamania coming up and stuff like that, and then we'll see that spot repeatedly. Bull Dempsey reached over for the chair, and they didn't have any hardcore elements involved. It was just a no disqualification match preventing a count out or a DQ per se. So yeah, Bull Dempsey went for a chair shot. Baron Corbin caught him and went for the end of days. He picked him up, and then he was kind of low to the ground, and then he hit him, and then you could hear the booing reactions and the UF'd up chants by the NXT audience. Yeah, Baron Corbin picks up the win here. It'll be interesting to see where they go from with Baron Corbin now that they've kind of wrapped up this feud between him and Bull Dempsey. I'd send him at Tyler Breeze if I was going to continue progressing Baron Corbin up the card. To the main event scene, because eventually I think he should win the NXT Championship. I don't know when yet, but it's gonna be a while, and it's gonna be a work in progress. But have him in a feud with Tyler Breeze or something like that, and you go from there. The match right after this was the NXT Tag Team Championship match: Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy versus the Lucha Dragons. And I don't know if it's just me, but don't the Blake and Murphy, they kind of remind me of the Wolves. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards and stuff like that. I don't know. They just kind of do with their attires and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but they kind of remind me of that. They had a really surprising victory on NXT in the past couple of weeks, and they beat the Lucha Dragons and won the NXT Tag Team Championships, which you really don't see a title change hands on a regular NXT show. You normally have to wait till the live event special on their network. But yeah, Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy won the match. There was a couple botches. It started off clunky at first, but then it progressed really well. Had a lot of good counter moves and stuff like that. Kalisto's offense is awesome. They had a lot of cool stuff going on. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy retained their tag team championships, so that pretty much takes out the Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto, out of the championship. They were saying they're going to make Kalisto a gay hair designer, but they said that that's not true. People backstage at NXT, as the rumors say, because, you have to believe everything that's on the internet. So, we'll see who Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy face next. They said they're going to be fighting champions, so yeah. Right after the match, they kind of teased a little Solomon Crow action, where they said, it was kind of like a hacking, because, his gimmick is being a hacker and stuff like that. So, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said next week, this is not the beginning, or this is not the end, this is only the beginning, or something like that. So it was really cool, seeing that. Really excited to see Solomon Crow debut, and I thought he was going to debut tonight, like maybe have CJ Parker, get pissed off that he's on like a losing streak or whatever, and then have Solomon Crow come out, because it seems CJ Parker has got the worst end of the stick of being beat down by Baron Corbin and Kevin Owens, and now Solomon Crow probably will follow next, but we'll see. Then we get a number 1 contenders match to follow after this. Adrian Neville versus Finn Balor. Oh my god, I always have trouble with this. Finn Balor. Okay, I'm just gonna say Finn Balor. You can make fun of me, just make fun of me all you want to. Oh, you can say, it's Finn Balor, it's Finn this, it's Finn Balor. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. Maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I really don't know. I can never get it right. I always mess up. But besides the point, this match was great. This match was good on so many levels. Very mat-based style to start off the match and stuff like that. They really kind of played up the point where, the NXT tournament, and who was going to win this match. Was it going to be Neville getting his one more shot at the NXT Championship, or was it going to be Finn Balor getting his first shot at the NXT Championship? And they played in the fact of how his entrance throws people off, like the Ascension, when they lost to Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. I think I'm getting it right with Finn Balor. I think I'm getting it right, but yeah, he did the same entrance as last time, just a little bit different on his body art, on his chest and his back. I really want to see him do like the Joker body art. I think that'd be really awesome. And I really also think that Venom would be cool too, with the pink tongue and the black and the gray kind of smear or whatever. I think that would be really awesome as well. But really good match. They had a lot of good spots in here. Again, it was mat-based, technical. Then it moved on to on the outside of the ring. Finn Balor drop kicked Adrian Neville on the barricade, which is a really cool spot. A lot of good near falls and stuff like that. And this match really was a really fun match. Kicks going back and forth, high flying and stuff like that. Finn Balor picks up the win here. I really wish he wouldn't do the double foot stomp, because it just looks kind of, when he falls and stuff, it just looks weird because he kind of collapses and he falls back. If he could have used like a different finisher, that'd be awesome. But again, a really good match. Glad Finn Balor won, gets the rub here. Adrian Neville was leaving, I guess. They were chanting, "Thank you, Neville." They both shook hands at the end of the match. So let's see what goes down from there. Mighty Mouse or not, Adrian Neville is probably going to be coming to the main roster soon. Fatal 4-way match for the Divas, or NXT Women's Championship. And I like how it says Women's, not Divas Championship. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch versus Bayley. Really was pulling for Bayley here. I don't know, I'm a big fan of Bayley. She's very easy to look at in both ways. Yeah, I was really pulling for Bayley. Wanted to see, a face diva win. I think the fans are definitely tired of Charlotte. Didn't really want to see her win. Sasha Banks was my second nominee who I wanted to win. Becky Lynch was probably number 4. I don't know. She was just kind of thrown in there randomly. Like Corey Graves said, like, what did she do to get in this match besides cost Sasha Banks a match or whatever? But I mean, wow. What a match. Just what a fatal 4 match. These women put on a fantastic performance night in and night out. Every live event special, they have had a good match. Charlotte had one with Bayley. Charlotte had one with Natalya. Paige and Emma had one. Sasha Banks and Charlotte. We can't forget that. And then we had this fatal 4-way match, was good. The Bayley to belly suplex was off the turnbuckle was good. The outside, the suicide dive from Sasha Banks was really cool. I really liked the match. Really, everything kind of flowed well. Each person had good shots at winning it, and it looked believable, as each person could have gotten a victory. Sasha Banks' crossface was locked in on Charlotte near the end of the match. Charlotte was about to tap out. But then she kind of got right back into the center of the ring, and then it was really anticlimactic, to be honest, because she just kind of rolled over on her back, and then Sasha Banks kind of won with a kind of a weird, well, not really a weird roll-up, just a roll-up in general. It's kind of like a weird finish if you asked me for a Fatal 4-Way match. Would have been better if Charlotte tapped out, but I guess, you know, whatever. They both hugged it out at the end of the match, and then Sasha Banks pushed Charlotte after Charlotte pushed her. So there you go. Sasha Banks is still the boss, and she is your new NXT Women's Champion. Then we get to the main event time, NXT Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Kevin freaking Owens. Wow. I mean, the story heading into it was perfect. Two best friends that travel the world together, El Generico and Kevin Steen. It dates back to Ring of Honor, and they've wrestled all over the world together. And now it leads up to NXT. Sami Zayn is finally NXT Champion, and Kevin Owens is only here to get the NXT Championship from him, so he can provide for his family, so that means more money and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, wow. The match got started, Kevin Owens playing to the crowd and, you know, being an awesome heel, getting out of the ring and just kind of stepping out, and Sami Zayn did the awesome outside dive over the top rope on Kevin Owens, and that was really, really cool. You know, he jumped over the referee pretty much, and then Sami Zayn got back in the ring, and it seemed to be all Kevin Owens throughout the match. It was similar to John Cena and Brock Lesnar in the fact that who dominated the match. I'm not saying that it was, because it was way better than John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Please don't get the wrong kind of thing, I guess you could say. Please don't get the wrong image of me saying that that's the... I'm trying to just get the words up because, man, I'm kind of speechless after the finish of this match because it was just really... It was really cool and really kind of a head-scratcher and leads you to think, oh, man, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So, yeah, but, man, Kevin Owens had a lot of good offense in here, dominated most of the matches, did a lot of cool power, physical moves, went on the outside a little bit. Sami Zayn would fight back from time to time. Looked like he could win at some time, you know, at some points. But it kind of all changed. Sami Zayn was fighting a comeback near the end of the match and did like a little outside dive where he jumps from the ropes on his legs and does a backflip on him. He landed on his head on the steel ramp on the near the NXT thing. And wow, I mean, Sami Zayn, you can just see the storytelling just playing out, and you can actually see on the camera that he was bleeding right around here. It was really well done. And then Sami Zayn looked like he was going for the haluva kick, like he was about to hit it or whatever, but his leg gave out because he was trying to get the right balance. And then Kevin Owens got the power bomb where he throws the guy up in the air and just slams him down. And then Sami Zayn kicks out, and then Owens hits about maybe 2 or 3 more power bombs. And the referee's trying to stop it. He's calling the doctors down, and Kevin Owens goes for the pin, 2. And then Sami Zayn just kind of rolls his shoulder over. And it's like, wow, Sami Zayn is tough, and Kevin Owens does not care. And Kevin Owens is a badass, and that's just how it is. Because that man powerbombed Sami Zayn at least 7 or 8 times. It was near a dozen. It was a lot of times, you know, because even the people in the audience, you can see some people saying this. You see some women crying, saying, no, you need to stop the match. And the referee did stop the match. They didn't want to see Sami Zayn get put through this anymore. And I thought Kevin Owens was going to pick up the pin, but no. It just ended with the referee stopping it, and I thought, wait, does Sami Zayn retain technically? But no, Kevin Owens is the NXT champion. Going forward from here, they're going to have Sami Zayn kind of be written off television, or you know, of NXT for a couple of weeks, to play off the injury, and then have kind of the spotlight being focused on Finn Balor and Kevin Owens for the NXT title, and then have Sami Zayn come out after their little program, and then maybe have a triple threat or have another rematch, but this time Sami Zayn says, I don't want nobody to stop this match. This is going to be like a street fight or 2 out of 3 falls or whatever. This will be very interesting going forward. Man, Kevin Owens is your new NXT champion. Hope you guys enjoyed NXT Takeover Rival. Not as good as NXT Takeover R Evolution, and I don't know why, but people were calling NXT R Evolution the greatest show in the past decade. Don't really agree with that, but it was a good show. And Rival was good, but it wasn't as good as R Evolution. But yeah, it was. But again, it was a solid show, and NXT does deliver on solid shows. So yeah, look how far NXT has come over the past year, from a rival to rival. Yeah, so Kevin Owens was your champ in 2015, while Adrian Neville was your champ in 2014. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments in the section below. And yeah, I'm covering 1/6, and